the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Blasting out of the bunker, Zero Dark 30. I'm John, your host here on the Prepared Mind channel. What are you prepared for? Well, hopefully anything that comes our way. It is dark, folks. Dark, scary world, right? So what's going to be your guiding light? Your intelligence, your faith, your knowledge. Those are what's going to get us through, folks, and what you've prepped with, right? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine. Oh, yeah, means of self-defense. One of those things. Well, we've got a debate tonight, a presidential debate. It's going to be, well, possibly the first for Kamala Harris, more than likely the last, and that is if she even shows up. A lot of predictions, she won't make it. There'll be an excuse. She'll quit. She'll give up. They'll claim that Trump lied. I think there's I think there is an off chance that Trump will be assassinated. I think the odds are low that the attempt will be made, but I think it can be made. The reasoning behind it is the political effect and politicizing effect it would have, because assassinations are always political. Right? JFK was filmed by Zapruder with a home camera back in 1963, but that was done, I believe, intentionally, that he was part of the conspiracy. There's evidence to support that, his positioning, his filming, etc. It was not created for the public, but it was provided to the public after it was edited, heavily edited. Now, if Trump were to be assassinated, oh wait, they already tried it once. The one time CNN said, yeah, we'll film, we'll go live and cover one of these Trump rallies and live, and then whoops, they missed. Well, they hit him, but they did not kill him. So here we are. Tonight is supposed to be a debate between the single most inept politician in world history. It's not that she's just going to show badly compared to Trump. It's way bigger than that. It's not that, she's going to be embarrassed by his brilliance. She's going to be embarrassed by her complete lack of intelligence, ability to think, her ignorance, and it's going to be shameful that people could put her up to be president when she is an ignoramus, folks. Now, here's the catch. Here's what I think is going to go horribly wrong for the Democrats. Is they thought Joe Biden, the average street Democrat out here on the streets, thought Joe Biden was just fine. Nothing wrong with him. Okay, yeah, he's an old white guy. No big deal. He did so poorly in his debate with Trump that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and the other Democrat leadership forced Joe Biden with threats, forced him out of the race. That's pretty awful in my book. Pretty awful. But that's what they did. They had to, folks. There's no way he would have won. Right? So then they took who just weeks before had been described as the worst vice presidential candidate in our lifetimes for sure, and quite possibly ever. I would like to put that crazy dumb bitch Kamala into a IQ test and see how she performs. I think it would be shocking and stunning to people. But tonight's debate will have to satisfy us as a form of, qualification. How qualified is she? And I do not believe she's qualified to teach a class of preschoolers. Heaven forbid that kindergartners, plus she wants gender transition surgery for people. She is ultimately, folks, a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire. And she always has been. She dressed like a prostitute. She dressed like a prostitute. And hey, girls just want to have fun. Why can't they dress that way? Why do men have to call them whores? Well, I wouldn't, except she is a whore. She's demonstrably a whore. Ask Mrs. Brown, right? Willie Brown's wife. if Kamala's a whore. Now, let us continue. The debate tonight is going to show the world that Kamala is even less qualified to be president than Joe Biden, who is embarrassingly unintelligent and unqualified. What is the reaction going to be after that? Literally, when she's left stammering and throwing word salad and bullshit. Okay, yeah, she's been practicing for 10 days, John. They've had her locked up in a hotel. She's practicing for 10 days. Well, whether you try and polish a turd, a literal turd, a piece of poo, whether you polish it for 1 day, 1 minute, 1 hour, or 1 week, the result and the mess is the same. It's shit. You cannot polish a turd. You just can't. You can't do it. Yeah, you can't do it. All she's going to be is a well-prepared turd. She's going to make the same mistakes. She's going to have the same brain farts. If she has an earpiece in, what makes anybody on the Democrat side think that she can listen to the earpiece and talk at the same time? If she cannot talk and think on her own already, what do you think is going to happen to her thinking when she's listening to this and trying to put word salad out here? It's not going to go well. It's going to be highly and robustly entertaining. That's what I think. I think it's going to be highly and robustly entertaining. And I'm going to be there, drink in hand with a popcorn. But what will the Democrat response be? They're going to shit their pants. Voters are going to go, what the hell just happened? Kids are going to go, really? Damn Gen Xers. Yeah. And I think the politicians are going to be like, damn it. Why do we keep picking such idiots? Well, that's really what they are. That's what they've got. They're completely illogical. They're brain dead. It's not going to be pretty, folks. But I'm going to be there to watch it because I love a good train wreck. I mean, if the Democrats can love a good train wreck, well, no, wait a minute. They don't like train wrecks. One in East Palestine, Ohio, they completely ignored it and pretended like it didn't happen as people were being killed and poisoned. It's just the complete failure on the part of the Washington establishment. And I think that covers all the Democrats, all the Republicans, and all the bureaucrats. The failure on the part of Washington establishment, it should be embarrassing to them. Or do they have no shame, no conscience, and the ability somehow to reconcile their need for power with making a mistake not being that big of a deal? I really think that's where these people are at in their heads. Well, in any event, folks, chance favors the prepared mind. I'm expecting there to be a shit show. There's going to be emergency meetings, screaming and yelling. And like I said, I believe there could be another attempt on Trump. They know Kamala is going to fail. Trump is going to ask questions and make statements in such a way to trip her up intentionally. He will get inside her head. Trump has lived inside Democrats' heads for over 4 years now, because even when he was campaigning the first time, shit, that was 8 years ago, he was in their heads. You think he's not going to be in Kamala's head? You think she's not worried about this guy, Mr. Trump, who loves to argue, debate, attack, insult? He does all of those things very well. Right? He shut down the Republican machine, Jeb Bush. He shut down the Republicans, all of them, in 2016. What makes Kamala Harris, who couldn't get a single stinking vote during the primaries, nobody supported her. Voters didn't support her, but they appointed her to be their commander in chief somehow, right? Oh, yeah, it's going to be a shit show. I hope you are there. Hey, folks, chance favors. The prepared mind is yours.